Greetings, in this video I'm going to go through some of the steps required to create this Easter Bunny-like character. It's not going to be a full tutorial or anything, just a quick run through of how I would create this character. I'll often use the proportion editor just to get a start on the character's proportions before I send it over to either ZBrush or Blender. I could have sent this straight to Blender because it also has a very nice proportion editor, which was added I think last year in the Blender pipeline add-on. I'm going to use the GOB or Go Blender button, and I'm going to send it over as a fully rigged character. You can also send it over as a morph, but I might do some texture painting and those details won't transfer over with a morph. Since this is sent over at sub D1, there's enough resolution where I can actually pull the face and create some fur. I wouldn't do this for like a realistic character, but for a stylized cartoony character, it works. Also remember that it can go up to sub D2, so I can add one more layer of resolution. Although I would do that back in Character Creator and then send it over at sub D2 as a morph. It seems like I'm utterly destroying this face, and I kind of am. But it can handle a lot of distortion and still work. You can see here that I'm starting to pull out some of the whiskers, or not whiskers, but tufts of hair, and shaping the nose. Basically just slowly getting everything into place. The end result of this won't really be a finished character. In order to put this into the marketplace or the content store, I would fix it up significantly more. You basically just have to get to this stage before you can go to the next stage. Here I'm using the proportion editor. By default, if you scale a bone, it'll affect the child bones equally. But there are other options. You can see them on the side, like full, average, shear. You can play with those and see how the scaling will impact the child bones. Often I'll select none, which means that only the bone that I'm operating on will be affected. When you save something and you get those errors like that, it just means that it's deleting some of the keys that are set up to make this proportion editor work. It's nothing to be worried about. Now I'm going to give him some cartoon rabbit teeth. I don't remember offhand what a rabbit's teeth look like, except for the front two teeth. So for now, I'm just going to hide the other teeth and just pull out the buck teeth. teeth like this can be a bit of a pain when you're editing expressions. Like if I were putting this character in the marketplace or something like that, I would have to try to accommodate all of the various expressions. Depending on your project, you may not have to do that. Yeah, if it's just like for like an advertisement or a project where he's speaking only in certain ways, you won't have to like accommodate where his lips moving past his teeth. Unfortunately, I missed the first couple minutes of this ear process. I apologize. Basically, I just created a plane and then just shaped it in the shape of an ear, and then just did an inset to create the inner ear formation. And then I just added thickness. Now, when I rig an item, like these ears are going to have spring bones. So I always pull everything down to the center of the scene, because I don't want the bones to be like kind of floating off into the air from a different origin. I've had problems with that before. So I pull the ears down to the like 0, almost, and then just start the rig there. Whether that's the correct way to set up a spring bone accessory or prop that appears to the head, I don't know. It just makes sense to me to do it this way. I'll often use the smooth function on all groups, and also the gradient tool. It just creates a cleaner transition when you're setting up spring bones. You may have a different way, and that's perfectly fine. You'll often see me use UCU paint on projects like this. It just it's a layered system, and you can also add procedural effects. It's really quite good. Is it a replacement for like Substance Painter or 3D Coat? I'm not entirely sure yet. Often such questions are determined by the skill of the user, not the actual plugin. As far as I can tell, it has a complete array of procedural effects and processes. You can add noise, like a paint base, baked light, things like that. It's really quite impressive in my opinion. Once you bake the textures, you can save them to a folder and then remove the UCU paint node. Now export the ear asset by selecting the geometry and the rigging, and then import them as a prop in Character Creator. And then I'll simply align the ears to the head and then parent them to the head, and then go into the spring bone properties. And of course, he wouldn't be the Easter Bunny without the eggs themselves. And there we have it. This bunny is ready for Easter. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a pleasant Easter.